Hello, everybody. Joe Baggy Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of Utawarerumono Mask of Deception. Where last time we left off, had a horrific, terrifying boss battle with old Kuro there. Really showed us his stuff, and wow, he's still tough. Not a fan of being on the receiving end. Also, we got to see Banawi there for a little bit. Uh, you know, but other than that, that pretty much took up the majority of last episode. Finishing off with the Mikoto dying and then being like, oh shit, gotta go home now, bye. And now our scurrying escape back to the coast with, quick, jump scare of like weird salt demon monsters, zombie things, which is very strange and still has no explanation. So I'm sure that was just one weird thing that'll never come up ever again. Just a strange coincidence. Ugh. Localized entirely around that river. As you can see, I'm kind of tired. That's why I didn't record yesterday. I woke up way too late. It was like 10 o'clock when I woke up. And at that point, I go to work at 11. So it's like, okay, there's no chance for me to record. So I didn't. I did not. I don't know why I was so tired. That I just slept the entire day. Ugh. But I did. And I'm still tired, as you can tell. But on the plus side, I was really slow at work tonight, and I got cut out early, which is why I'm recording at 3 a.m. The best time to record. Just gotta have my phone on me in case they call me for anything, which I doubt they will, because there's nothing going on. They don't need me. So, knock on wood that they leave me alone. Anyway, other than that, I got nothing else going on other than, for some reason, my left hand, it, like, feels funny. Like, I think it's, like, the tendon in my thumb. Like, it's, I don't want to say sore, but, whenever I, like, pick something up with my left hand or, like, try to, like, manipulate something with my thumb, it just feels off. Like, not like it's tired, but it just feels not as dexterous as it normally is. A bit of a, I don't want to say dulled senses, because it's not numb. It's just like I don't know, like it's just not as good as it normally is. It's very strange. I probably just rolled on it or like slept with my arm underneath my body and like pinched a nerve or something. I'm sure it'll be fine. If this is the first sign of me having like a degenerative neural disorder or something, neurological disorder. Mark my words, but strange. Fortunately, I don't have to use my left hand for much in this game, because I clicked all the buttons with my right hand. Before I fall asleep on my computer, let's get the show on the road, huh? After I actually click on the right screen. There we go. Yeah, woo! Broke camp and rode through the night. I'm sure fucking Kokopo felt great about that. Kokopo? 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 It's one of those. Yeah, you guys can like lash a couple trees together and make a raft and just float across the ocean. Every last Yamaton ship moored in the bay is gone, and the encampment on the shore has been broken down and abandoned. They left like a couple things, just random boxes, but he's like, she's a tough girl. She'll find her way back somehow. Duty calls, work before personal affairs.
ことがことです。他の将たちに船を出せと要請されたら、 さすがのあの方でも断るのは難しいかと。
そんな。となると、どうやってヤマトに帰ったらいいかだな。はい、陸路も使えると聞いてるです。
That's quite the walk.
あの道は潮の満ち引きが関係しているから、道ができるまで
Month.
あと一月ほど待たないと。
I guess, you know, it does depend on the moon and yada yada yada, but
そうですか。
とりあえず辺りを調べてみるか。置き手紙の一つくらい残してるかもしれないじゃない。
yeah, like instructions for stragglers who show up
そう
late.
だな。その心配は無用だよ。
Oh, hey,
待たせたね、諸君。
just hanging out in a bush.
トト様、こんなところに船を隠していたんだ。
Oh, tucked away in a little cove. How
守
quaint.
る者がいなくなってしまったからね。残念だが港は放棄するしかなかったのだ。
トト様は一緒に帰らなかったのけ？
まだ残っている者がいるのに帰れるわけがないだろう。
Well, we appreciate you staying behind nonetheless.
兵のいなくなった浜に無防備に船を止めておくわけにもいかなくてね。
そういうことだったんだ。これでヤマトへ帰れるな。
それで宗近殿は
She's taking up the rear.
しんがりを務めるそうです。こちらの撤退が終わるまで動くわけにはいかない。
そうか。いかにも彼女らしい。ならば私はしばらくの間、ここ
Yep.
で宗近殿を待ってみるとしよう。君たちは先
Yeah,
に
she's a
大和
big
へ
girl.
戻り
She
な
can
さい。
make her way back.
私の部下を何人か預けよう。何？皆船の扱い
You,
に立てたものばかりだから心配いらない。
Staying behind too?
感謝します。なあ、トト様。
Yeah.
これからどうするつもりなの？
Besides, you know, coordinating stragglers and whatnot.
私が茶幌が忠誠を誓ったのは大和にではなく帝というお方に対してだ。
Oh. So you're kind of like a free agent now.
あの方がお隠れになった今、我々には朝廷の命令に従う理由
That's,
がない。
you know, it's like, oh, what a strong, independent man you are, but that's setting a pretty bad precedent for the mindset of what's going on back home.
だからといって私は別に大和に反旗を翻そうなどと考えてはいないさ。
Yeah, you're just a little more lax on the autonomy.
ただこの海を守る。今も昔もそれは変わらないよ。
Yeah, not like you're gonna go become like a pirate king or something.
この海こそが私たちが生きる場所だからね。
そうけ。やっぱりトト様はうちの大好きなトト様やな。
そういう時はドーンとこの胸に飛び込んできてもいいんだぞ。
So when the Chusker patrol is rolling by, is that just what you're gonna tell them? Like, yeah, you know, I know we were like kind of at war a minute ago, but not anymore. It's
それ
complicated.
は遠慮したく。
そうかね。
なるほどな。この人がみんなに慕われている理由が少し分かった気がする。まずこんな形でヤマトに戻ることになろう
Yeah, no one likes traveling home for a funeral.
と。兄貴、
パックン、
Off he goes. Yep. Sure is the capital. The Mikado's body has been laid out in state in the audience chamber. Around his casket, mourners have left flowers expressing their grief at their lord's death. Proper funeral ceremony will be held when the generals abroad in Tusker return to the capital. Anju leans on the casket, sobbing openly and inconsolably.
朝にお会いした時は
Yeah, that's how it goes.
元気じゃっ つもみたいに
Especially with those old fogies.
なのに
This is how it was when I woke up to find that my headset was broken. It's like it was fine yesterday. Now it's broken. Various retainers and ladies of the court look on in sorrow, heads bowed.
姫殿下、そろそろ。
Oshore gently helps Anju to her feet, and finally, the princess takes a step back from the casket. Anju looks up at Oshore, eyes full of tears.
どうしたる世はこれから一体どうしたらいいのじゃお父上がいなければ世は
Oshore kneels before Anju, putting himself on eye level with her.
姫殿下がなさるべきこと。それは、正常の後を継ぎ。
Yep, time to put on your big girl pants and get to work.
さあ、涙をお拭きになられよ。そのようにお投げにな
Yeah,
らせは
sitting there a sticky, snotty, wet mess.
無理じゃそんなの世には無理なのじゃお父上の後
Well, you won't know till you try.
もっとずっと先の話だと思っていたのじゃ
Yeah, then you better get serious about this instead of just, spending the entire day over at your friend's house reading yaoi on their couch.
世はまだ祭りごとのことも戦のことも何も知らぬそんなこと無理なのじゃ
Well, we'll give you the Cliff Notes version of what to do,
姫殿下。
which is, for now, have your trusted retainers deal with everything for you. No. In all honesty, that's probably what the Mikado was doing the entire time, too, is just, managing people and delegating things accordingly. As the two of them speak, a pair of eyes from a nearby hallway settles upon them. Rai, Mononofu known as the Vanguard, one of the 8 pillars, a man who prides himself on his strength. His ordinarily stony face wears an expression of anger and disgust.
あれはなんだオシトルの胸に顔をうずめ人目もはばからず
She's mewing,
無様
dude,
に泣き
fucking
わめく幼子
pointing to her jaw. She's doing her jaw exercises.
帝位は血を引く者が継承するのが筋だがあの泣きじゃくる小娘が
I mean, she's like 15, so yeah.
あれが帝であると小娘であろうと老婆であろうと構わぬ我が君のように我が魂を捧げることができるお方であれば
Not someone with a character up to your snuff.
それは決してあのように泣きじゃくるだけのもののことではない何をしている立てそして命ぜよ我が元へ集いひざまずけと
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what she's supposed to do, but
今すぐにそれができぬのなら我はうぬを
Rai grits his teeth tightly, watching on.
そして押しとる小娘は随分とうぬに懐いているなあの小娘が次の帝に即位すれば
Oh,
うぬの立場
yeah.
が盤石となろう
He knows how to play the field.
小娘に取り入りたくば勝手にすればよいだが
Rai clenches his fists, grinding them together.
この無頼長身というだけでのさばるようなものに下げる頭などない
Okay.
おじ様、正常のご遺体の見分が終わりました。
Fuck, that's a name. Yatana Warabe Shashurika. Sure, man.
そうですか。ご苦労様です。
Autopsy, huh? How in depth did you go? Rai turns towards the source of whispering to find Woshi's and one of his Yatana Warabe conversing. Both keep their voices low, speaking behind a pillar to avoid attracting attention.
それで何かわかりましたか？はい。 やはり死因は
That's a deep
毒
voice
のよ
for
うです。毒ですか。
someone get him, or did he do it himself?
正常の召し上がったお食事から毒物の反応が出ました。
Ah,
間違いないと思われます。ですが、正常の召し上がるお食事には厳選した食材のみが使われ、その目を盗んで毒を盛るなど。
unless it's something like, oh, we put one thing in his lunch and another thing in his dinner, and when they combine in his gut, it'll produce a toxin that'll seep into his body and kill him. That's a little too complicated, though. Oshi's abruptly cuts himself off, looking up with eyes wide in shock.
ほのか様は今いずこに。
それが戦国から八方手を尽くして探しているのですが、
Ah,
どこにも見当たらないのです。
なんですって。
she, seclude herself down in the lab.
まさかそれでは。いえ、ほのか様に限ってそのようなことは。
No sense jumping to conclusions.
誠に申し上げにくいのですが、
No need to say it, because we're all thinking it.
数日前からほのか様がオシュテル様と二人きりで何やら密談されてるのを見た者が何人も。
オシュトル殿と。
まさかとは思
Oh,
う
you
の
think
で
it's
す
a
が、
conspiracy?
ほのか様とオシュテル様が共謀して正常を。
口を慎みなさい。
Yes.
憶測で滅多なことを言うものではありません。
Don't put that evil out into the world.
申し訳ありません。
Don't apologize about it. You know, it's a reasonable avenue of investigation, but
オシス様、
no accusations.
どうしました？
気になってオシトル様の部屋を調べましたところ、このようなものが。
You find a similar poison. The Utawarerumono holds a small piece of folded paper. Nestled within the fold, a small amount of whitish powder catches the
こ
light.
れは
詳しくはクス市に調べさせているところですが、間違いなく毒薬かと。
まさか。
Well,
いえ、ありえません。ほのか殿もオシュトル殿も誰よりも忠義に熱い方々。そのお二人に限ってこのようなバカなことを考えるはずが。
yes, the plot thickens.
もしかしてですけど、それらが芝居だったとしたら。
I mean, less that, the more, you know, quote unquote likely thing in this scenario, given recent events, is they think he would have lost his way.
リベルに。
でも、こうも証拠が揃っていたら。
Circumstantial
それは
evidence
そ
is
れ
what
に
it
こう申
is.
し上げてはなんですが、オシュテル様の特進はあまりに不自然ではありませんか。以前より何かしらの。
そう言われると、先日の議会でオシトル様は正常の意に反し、最後まで進行に反対なさっておりました。
Uh-huh.
そこまでです。それ以上はいけません。
オシス、
Yep, you're running away with your thoughts.
ブライ
オシトル、それに女郎か。
No,
あ
no,
やつらが
that's not what we
正常な
said.
お待ちください、ブライ様。まだ確証は。
その毒が動かぬ証拠。
落ち着いてください、ブライ殿。この毒薬、さすがにあからさますぎるとは思いませんか？
Yeah, like it's a setup.
何者かがオシュトル殿とホノカ殿を陥れようとしてい
You
る
know,
可
at
能性
least
もあります
Woshi's here is level-headed.
調子。
Bryce suddenly seizes Woshi's by the collar.
その
So
生
are you in on
臭さ
this?
正常を死に至らしめたとなぜ気づかぬ。
お収めください、ブライ様。
暴力はいけません。
Anju continues clinging to Oshtor desperately, looking up at him with tearful, pleading eyes.
どうしたる？そなたはどこにも行ってはならぬのじゃ。ずっと世のそばにいるのじゃ。
All right, you're a little emotionally compromised right now, so you know, read. collect yourself. Give yourself a couple days and ask that again.
このオシトル、いつまでも姫殿下のおそばにおりまする。
本当じゃな。
Yeah, retainer though. Retainer, you're subordinate. I work for you. That's it. You're my boss.
この命に変えましても。
オシトル殿、まさか本当に。
No.
許さぬぞオシトル。この罪、万死に
I'm sure this is gonna go over great. Anju sits alone in her room, curled into a tight ball on her bed, knees hugged to her chest. With Mudachika absent, the grief-stricken princess's room has fallen into a state of dishevelment. You sure? It looks real neat and tidy in here. In fact, there's a notable lack of stuff. Like, sure, she's got like those chests in the corner and that desk, but there's not a whole lot unless it's just, a pile of clothes hiding behind that curtain where her bed is. Although her eyes remain red and swollen, her tears have long since dried, and she sits in silence. She has no more tears to give.
そうじゃ。オシトルの言う通りなのじゃ。これからはヨガを父上の後を継いで、この大和を導いていかねばならぬ。
There you go.
いつまでも赤子のようにペソを書いていただけ
Yeah. You got it all out of your system. You've got some catharsis from it, and now you're like, okay, let's pick up the pieces. Get the show on the road. Just as Anju moves to rise, a voice cuts through the silence.
姫殿下、起きておられますか？ん？入れ。失礼いたします。お茶をお持ちいたしました。
Black or green?
茶？頼んではおらぬが。いえ。
Probably black.
オシトル様が持っていくようにとおっしゃられまして。
Considering they only called it
心を
cha.
安らげるお茶だそうです。オシトルがこれを飲んでどうか元気を出してほしい。
Ooh, it's probably like a nice like floral blend.
そうか、オシトルがそんなことを。そうじゃ、世は一人ではない。オシトルがそばにいてくれるのじゃ。
As your subordinate.
それだけで世はどんな辛いことにも耐えられる。
Anju's cheeks flush with color as she speaks.
苦しゅうない。オシトルにも礼を言わねばな。はい、承りました。では、失礼いたします。オシトルの薬刀か。どれどれ。さすがはオシトル。甘露なのじゃ。
姫殿下、失礼いたします。
おお、オシトル。
Unless,
来てくれたか。
this is a plot by Antua here to, overthrow the government. Get a revenge for her old papa, even though that's not what he wanted, and it seems like she didn't want either. But hey, who knows? Women are fickle creatures. Anju's expression suddenly splits into a contented grin at the appearance of her beloved retainer.
苦しゅうない。早く入るのじゃ。オシトルは本当に律儀者よな。
I like your like fish pond moat thing though.
姫殿下自らのお呼びとはいかなるご用でありましょう。
ん？呼んだ覚えなどないのじゃが。まあよい。
Yeah, this is not good.
はて。
それよりオシトル。
Like, oh look, Ostor has poisoned the princess. Yeah.
何のことでありましょうや。
何ってオシトルが。
姫殿下。
That's bad. Season up a bit.
姫殿下。どうなさった？
That's not good. Time for an emergency tracheometry, or whatever it's called.
喉が焼ける。体 息が苦しい。おし
姫殿下姫殿下誰ぞ屈しよう
Oh boy. Geez, maybe it's that suspicious tea.
何を飲んでまさか
ご無礼つかまつります。
Yeah, Woshi's help.
姫殿下、何事ですか。
失礼いたします。
Yeah, it's not good.
オシュトル殿、そのままゆっくり姫殿下から離れなさい。弁明したいことがあるでしょう。
Mm-hmm.
今は従っていただきます。
Yep, time and place.
わかった
Like, we can talk after we, save her life. Oshtor quietly steps aside from Anju's pain-racked form, and Woshi's takes his place beside her. Woshi's takes Anju's pulse, and opens her eyelids, checking her pupils. Eventually, he lets out a relieved sigh, then, expression still grim, waves to his Yatana Warabe.
姫殿下をすぐにクス氏のところへ。
はい。直ちに。
Yatana Warabe carry Anju out of the bedchamber, faces anxious. And the guards that had been stationed outside the room step through the door. The tension in the room hangs like a thick curtain, and the guards pause, uncertain.
彼、オシュトル殿を拘束してください。
しかし
It's like we're not blaming him. It's just, we need to talk to him, and it's not a good look. The soldiers hesitate, and Woshi gives the order once more.
発注省オシスの名において命じます。ウコンへ大将、オシュトル殿を直ちに拘束するのです。ただし、抵抗されない限りは、
Mm-hmm.
決して手荒に扱わないように。
了解しました。
Still not quite grasping what's going on, the soldiers step behind Oshtor and take him by the arms.
一つだけ聞きたい姫殿下はご無事なのだな
天使であらせられる姫殿下は、あらゆる毒に強い耐性を持っておられます。
Neat.
どのような毒かはわかりませんが、
I'm sure that was just,
命に別状はないでしょう。
old Mikado being like, let's beef up those resistant points when he was in the, genetic character creator.
そうであるか
He's like, well, I'm kind of a big important guy. I'm sure people will want to go after her for various reasons. So, let's be extra careful here. Oshtor lets out a deep sigh of relief.
ですが、その姫殿下があのような苦しみようをなさるとは、他の者なら絶命しても不思議ではなかったでしょう。
絶命。
それではオシトル様、一緒に来ていただけますか。
面倒をかける
オシュトル殿、
As Oshtor turns his head, Wishes produces a medicine pouch from his pocket and shows it to him.
それは
It's like, you recognize this?
あなたの部屋から見つかったものです。クス氏に調べさせたところ、正常が見まかられた際に使われた毒と同じものと判明しました。
何
姫殿下もおそらくこれを。
Mm-hmm.
何か言うことはありますか？
Not mine.
正常に誓ってそれがしはそのようなものに見覚えはないがそれは通用せぬであろうな
Appreciated nonetheless,
残念です。
it's really not a good look until we, get some,
どうかお納めください。
どけ
yeah. As I was saying, until there's some, evidence found to exonerate you, it's, gonna have to keep you under close watch. Before anyone in the room can react, a shocked soldier topples into the room from the hall, and from behind him, a looming figure enters. He glares down at Oshtor, eyes ablaze with fury.
ブライ
ヴィライ殿。
オシトル、かつて我に土をつけた唯一の男が。
Yeah, weird. Almost like it doesn't sound anything like him. Rai clutches his teeth, no longer making any effort to mask his anger. Clenches, not clutches. You know, he doesn't have his hand in his mouth, taking out his dentures.
拳が汚れたわ。
He spits out his words with disgust, then turns to leave.
オシトル殿、力を。お。
The soldiers regain their grip on Oshtor and begin to lead him away. A trickle of blood drips from Oshtor's lip to his chin. As Oshtor leaves in the custody of the guards, Oshi's remains, watching with a pained expression. It's like, wow, it's almost like someone set this up to destabilize the government. That's crazy. Spittle flies from Decapompo's mouth as he rages. Raiko, much calmer than his fellow pillar, surveys his surroundings with a furrowed brow. Their combined forces beat a hasty retreat to the capital upon the news of the Mikado's death. Are you still at the heads of your army? Because that's not a good look. You shouldn't, you know, march your army back to the, you know, city in a time of crisis like this. It's like the whole thing in ancient Rome. I forget the name of the river, but it's like generals weren't allowed to take their legions, you know, past it back towards Rome. Otherwise, you know, they could just march a legion on Rome if they wanted. It's why, you know, it's the big thing when Caesar, you know, crossed the river and said his whole the die is cast, yada yada yada. Because he wasn't supposed to do that. Decapompo barks at the guards, posted atop the high gates, but no answer comes. And just lean on him, you'll fucking knock him down. He'll collapse under the weight.
あのままでは本当に門に向かって兵を突撃させかねませんが。
あれに何ができる？あの強固な門、双方の兵で当たっても開かぬ。そもそもそのような行動、即座に謀反と捉えられる。
Yeah, we just turn on him with our army and put him down.
いっそそれを理由に目の前から
It'd make things a lot easier.
それは。
Decapompo turns his fury on Raiko, spitting and flailing, but Raiko continues ignoring him.
で、ティリリャライからの報告は？
それが
ようやく動いたようだな。
Beside the gate, a much smaller passage opens, and through its steps.
一体中で何が起こっている？
Yeah, things aren't good on the home front. As the two generals look upon him, demanding answers, Woshi speaks with a grave expression.
お待たせして申し訳ありません。正常がお隠れになられて宮中も混乱し、なかなかごたくはいいにゃも。
Decapompo barks at Woshi's, his entire head reddening to the point of threatening to steam.
これはどういうことにゃもか。正常はお隠れになられたにゃも。ならば発注将として正常のおそばに。
Woshi's quietly cuts Decapompo off with a curt shake of his head.
それはできません。都の門を閉ざし、誰も入れてはならぬ。
Or the entire city's on lockdown while they sort out this whole, you know, potential assassination business.
聖筆の中で、すべての都の民は喪に服すようにと、姫殿下からのお言葉です。
にゃもう、そんなバカな話があるにゃもか。ならば何のための発注書にゃも。
お言葉が過ぎますよ、デコポンポ殿。姫殿下の直情にそのようなおっしゃりようは。よもや、帝都が混乱している隙に姫殿下に耳を引こうというお考えか。
にゃも、それはおみゃが。
I mean, I honestly don't think Decapompo would. He's too, you know, squishy to think up of such a plan like that. Decapompo immediately becomes flustered at the insinuation of treason.
確かに姫殿下は次の帝。その言葉は絶対。
She doesn't have the same air of gravitas about her, you know.
姫殿下は未だ心幼い少女に過ぎぬ。
Yeah.
この状況でそのような決断を下せる
People really don't respect her.
いいな。となれば、何者かが姫殿下に吹き込んでいるか、あるいは。
Raiko steps forward, putting himself to face with Woshi's.
ウォシス殿、姫殿下のお言葉、しかと受け止めた。しかし、我らはこの国を、政情を、そして姫殿下を守る将。直接お会いしてお悔やみ申し上げたい。
Yeah, you know, find a river or something to, like, plop the armies down next to. At Reiko's words, Woshi's nods.
ライコー殿の言い分は確かに。しかし、誰も入れるなとの姫殿下の直情。姫殿下にお伺いを立てますので。
Yeah.
しばし。
Like, well, we'll send someone to go ask if you can, you know, come in alone, but.
いやもうそんなまどろっこしいことできないにゃもわしが姫殿下に直接お伺いするにゃもよ
Decapompo angrily storms towards the gates, only for Woshi's to effectively and calmly block his path.
それはおやめになった方がよろしいでしょう。
にゃも
What are the troops under orders to fire on anyone who, you know, approaches?
あれが見えませんか？
いや
Decapompo follows Woshi's gaze up the wall, then freezes. Raiko also looks up to the parapet, clenching his teeth intensely.
この茶番はやつか。ブライ。
Atop the walls, soldiers stand at the ready with arrows nocked and bowstrings drawn, aiming downwards.
あの鎧、あれはブライの兵だな。こちらが引くと読んでの強攻策か。いや、あの男にそんな知恵が回るはずもない。やつなら、ウォシスもまとめて始末できるとさえ考えそうなもの。
Raiko quickly glances towards Woshi's.
これは直情。従えぬのであれば、謀反の意志ありと判断させていただきます。いかがか。
Yeah, I guess we'll just go camp in a field for a little bit.
なるほど。
You know, just go fishing or
やつは
something.
他の発注将がいぬ間に姫殿下の信任を得、地位を盤石なものとし、国の実権を握るつもりか。門が開かれた時にはすでにことがなった後、現状すらぬるま湯に感じていたやつの企みそうなことだな。
さて、そのことに関しては、私からはお答えしかねます。
Yeah, I doubt he's thinking that far ahead, and he's just immediately going
政
off,
情は絶対的すぎました。強く締めすぎたタガが外れれば、国も大きく
that he's doing this for the greater good, yada yada yada.
いえ、場合によっては、数ヶ月のうちに国が乱れ、ヤマトが滅ぶ
We've already seen, you know, the first fractures of that with, or the first cracks with, you know, Soin Kent or whatever, how to fucking pronounce his name. You know, just being like, oh, you know, I don't gotta follow any orders now.
あの男がその器か。
I mean, the man is, you know,
どこかで器からこぼれる不幸もありましょう。
if we're going towards, you know, a warring states
器その
period,
ものが砕け、すべてを失う
survival of the fittest, and man, that guy is fit.
すべて承知の上ということか。
騒乱を招き、民を戦火に巻き込むわけにはいきません。そう時間は取らせません。
Mm-hmm. Oshi's bows deeply, then retreats behind the gates via the small passage she emerged from.
ブライメ、やってくれるではないか。計画を前倒しにするつもりが、まさか奴に先んじられるとはな。だが、
Mm-hmm.
貴様の思うままにできる来光と思うなよ。
Of course, you would have, you know, plans already pre-laid.
ここは 何が起きておるのじゃ。誰かおらぬのか。
Yeah, it sounds like you're really going through it.
声が誰か。
I just gotta work off that neurotoxin, you know. You'll bounce back.
どうしとる。どこじゃ。どこにおるのじゃ。
Probably currently being, you know, interrogated.
姫殿下、お目覚めになられましたか？
She's kind of up. I wouldn't really consider this, you know,
なぜ
fully under her faculties yet, but
ああ、どうかご無理をなさらぬよう。そのままお聞きください。なんとおいたわしい。お声を出せないのですね。
どうして世は伏せってわからない。
probably for the best.
なぜこんなに体がじくじくして動かぬのじゃ。なぜ何があったの。
意識が混濁しておられるのですね。
No.
姫殿下はお倒れになられたのです。それ
I
は覚えていら
wouldn't
っしゃ
really
います
call
か？
that fainting. It was more like a traumatic loss of consciousness.
世が倒れ。そうじゃ。
Fainting is like, oh, you stand up and like, oh, I'm a little lightheaded. I
ホストと一緒に
like she got a case of the vapors, but
急に気分が。
姫殿下、姫殿下が飲まれたお茶はボシュトル殿に勧められた。
supposedly,
間
unlikely
違いあり
though,
ませんか？
in reality.
ホストル。茶はホストルが世のために。
そうですか。
そうじゃ。ホストルが。
Yeah, I wouldn't count, you know, testimonial from someone in this state to be admissible in court. You could probably tell her anything and just be like, oh, don't you remember this? And she'd be like, oh yeah, I guess that did happen. Yeah.
そうじゃ。ホストルはどこじゃ。どうしてこんな時に世のそばにいてくれるのじゃ。ホストル。
姫殿下、ボシュトル殿は、彼は姫殿下暗殺未遂の咎により身柄を拘束されております。そして同時に正常暗殺の嫌疑がかけられております。
Do you think he did it though, Woshis?
殺という。どうしてホストルが。
信じたくはありませんでしたが、
Mm-hmm.
姫殿下のお言葉により、
Ah.
そのことが確たる
No,
ものと
you're
なってしま
smarter
い
than this, bud.
ボシュトル殿が勧めた茶には毒が盛られていたのです。
毒。
そしてそれは正常をなきものにしたそれと
I mean, if she was like, you know, in a better condition, she'd be able to go, no, he, like, yeah, that's what I was told. But you know, when I asked him about it, he seemed confused.
ホストルがお父上を。嘘じゃ。嘘じゃ。世のホストルがそのような真似もするはずがない。なぜ声が出せぬのじゃ。
I mean, your throat is probably like badly
姫殿
inflamed.
下、心中お察しします。ですがどうか今は心安らか
Probably wrecked your vocal cords in like a fierce coughing fit or something.
では私はこれにて失礼させていただきます。
待つのじゃ。待つのじゃ。ホストルはどこに。ホスト
All right, with that dramatic stuff, taken care of, back to our fun road trip. Woo! No sooner than the ship arrives in port do we set out for the Imperial capital. Our carriage barrels down the road, stopping for nothing. The atmosphere isn't nearly as cheerful as when we set out. Far fewer words are exchanged.
帰ってきましたね。
少し留守にしていただけなのに。確かにな。なんか帰ってきたって感じだ。
Finally back somewhere where the air doesn't, feel bad on your skin.
お腹すいた。
That's the best part about coming home after being in the desert for some time. Is like, wow, it's only 89 degrees here. And the humidity is only 80%. It's so cold. Ugh. Gonna need to put on my hoodie. The TA's expression only grows gloomier the closer we get to the city. Everyone tries their best to cheer her up, but it doesn't seem to have terribly much effect. Everyone glances back at me, hoping that I might be able to help somehow, but yeah. He's like, I'm fucked up too right now. I'm in no position to be helping other people.
待て、止めろ。
ありゃ、ライコーとデコポンポの兵じゃないの？あやつら、俺たちより先に戻ってきたはずだが。
Yep.
なんでまだ都の
They
外
just
なんかに。
milling about.
なんだろう、門が閉まってる？
見たところ、都から締め出されているみたいですが、さて。
兵が締め出されている。
Mm-hmm.
妙だな。何があった？ナスリ、オンギ、頼めるか？
You guys must be able to sneak in.
少し調べてくるか。
はい、姉上。
A merry band of misfits like you probably have like all sorts of secret tunnels and routes under the walls.
あの外壁を駆け上がってきた。さすがだね。
Yeah, they can run straight up the walls, but they can't. Ogie's like, I don't know if I can climb up this cliff boss. The handholds look kind of, precarious. As he just, fucking Naruto runs up 60 feet straight.
随分と慎重だね。
ああ、ちょっと気になったな。
それだけ？
うん。
ハクは隠し事が苦手だよね。
そっか。
いつか話してくれたら。
Hey, whenever you're feeling, comfortable with it, it'll help you, compartmentalize all these feelings.
待ってるね。
クオン、ありがとな。いつか必ず。
待たせたな。
まず最初に、帝が崩御なされたという話は事実です。
Was not a, Tuscurdian misinformation plot.
あの兵たちが都から締め出されているのは、喪に服しているからという建前のようですね。そしてこれから話すのは、あくまで都で囁かれていた噂話です。事実かどうかは僕たちには判断がつきません。ですが、少な
I
く
mean,
とも
obviously.
宮廷の方々は
I imagine the government wasn't built much around someone in Mikado's role, being out of commission,
なんだい。
leaving the seat
随
empty.
分もったいつけるじゃない。
では、担当直入に。
People are making plays.
帝がオシュトルさんに暗殺された。
何？オシュトル。暗殺？帝。
Wow, that doesn't sound like him at all.
バカな。
馬鹿げてるのです。兄様が。
Hush, hush. He said rumor.
天地がひっくり返ってもありえないのです。それだけではない。さらには姫殿下まで亡き者にしようとしたとのことだ。
幸い姫殿下は命は取り留めたものの、未だ予断を許さぬ状態にあるとのことです。
そんな。
I mean, I'll admit, it's not a good look.
何かの間違いなのです。兄様が。猫ね。兄様が 大丈夫。みんなオシトルのことを信じてるから。
Yeah, we all believe in him too.
だからね。はいです。
それでオシトルは今
In custody.
ああ、捕らえられ投獄されているらしい。
それともう一人共犯として大宮司ほのか様の名が挙げられているようです。
But no one can find her.
ほのか様が帝の食事に毒を持った
Probably, you know, gone to ground
という
inside
こ
the
とになってい
labs.
るらしいですね。
なんだと？ほのか様、兄貴をだと。それこそバカなんだ。やはりオシトルは
Mm-hmm.
濡れ衣で間違いなさそうだな。
Oh yeah, 100%.
きな臭い。
It's too upfront.
ハック、これからどうするつもりかな。私たちがオシトルのお水だと知っているものは少ないだろうけど。
だがゼロというわけじゃない。
場合によっては
Oh,
手配されている
yeah,
ことも考えなきゃい
potential
けない。
co-conspirators, agents of the
こ
plot.
のまま無防備にそこらを出歩くのはまずいな。顔くらいは隠した
Though,
方がいい
in
か。
your defense, you do have the alibi of being out of the country for like several weeks while it was all happening, but it'd reasonably be questioned for, like, did you have information of the plot, yada yada. We do our best to disguise ourselves with the supplies we have on hand. That being said, the supplies we have on hand are scarves to hide our faces, more of a costume.
何もしないよりかはいいよね。
正門は閉じられてい
Yeah,
ます
well,
が
you have to use your imagination here,
一応は
folks.
行商人たちのために
Couldn't be
開放され
bothered
て
to
います。
draw, you know, one-time sprites.
ひとまず商人のふりなりしてそこから入ってみてはいかがでしょう。
そうだな。はあ、なんとか乗り切った。
思ったよりあっけなかったですね。
Well,
検
you
閲
know,
とかほとんどされませんでしたし。
I guess they can't shut off the city entirely. You know, people gotta eat.
確かに拍子抜けだったな。少し慎重になりすぎたか。いや、油断は禁物か。
うん。この先を考えたら用心するに越したことはないかな。なあなあ、そんなことよりお腹すいたえ。屋台はどこに行っちゃったん？
Probably considered, you know, improper to be, you know, hawking your street
随分
meat,
と閑散としている
you
じゃ
know,
ない。
while the whole city's in
帝
mourning.
都全体が喪に服しているんだろうね。だからか。こんな静かな帝都は初めてだな。
There are people on the streets, but they all walk in silence, keeping quietly to
こ
themselves.
こってこんなに広かったんだ。
なんということだ。正常が見まかられ、さらに姫殿下まで。
これからヤマトはどうなって。
みんな不安そうだね。無理ないのかな。
このままじゃ商売もままならねえ。
Yeah, like, oh, my bills.
まるで呪われてるみたいに不吉なことばかり。
これだけで終わればよいがの。
Oh, buddy, you're in for, you know, some bad news. This is only the start. Eavesdropping on the conversations of the city folk, everyone seems overwhelmingly gloomy.
これからどうすれば。
ここに長いは無用かと。街角で目立つのは
Yeah, you should all go back to base for
そうだな。
for a bit.
ひとまず白道閣へ戻るか。
Taking care not to draw too much attention to ourselves, we head for the Hakudokaku Inn. To immediately dive bombs the plush couch, sinking into the cushions.
やっぱりここに帰ってくると安心する。今お茶を入れてきます。
Like, finally a place where the seats feel comfortable.
ルルやなんか食べるものも。はい。皆さんでつまめるものも持ってきますね。
Though, while I do like my nice firm couch I have here, I gotta say there is a place for the shitty fucking couches sitting outside at the smoke pit in Qatar, just covered in dust, because they're just out under like a net. you know, like a camo net top, you know, to give it some shade. Where they're beat to shit. You know, they're the old fake leather, so they're all, you know, split and wrinkled. You sit on it, you sink like 3 feet down into it because the support, you know, structure, you know, built into it's broken, so it's got like no frame. You just go whoop, and get eaten by it. No, there's certain charm to that kind of couch.
ここは変わらない。少しほっとするかな。
Who wants smiles as Atui switches into full lounge mode.
何を悠長なくつろいでる場合ではないと思います。
Doing what?
今はこれでいいかな。
Yeah, readjust. You've been on the road for a bit.
そうだな。
You know, unwind, you know, relax. Kind of get the tension out of you, and then we can reattack the problem. Thanks to Atui's enthusiasm, the heavy, somber air is starting to dissipate somewhat. Before anyone can speak, tiny footfalls thunder down the hall outside, and the door crashes open.
おかえりだ、父ちゃん。
おう、ただいまだシノノン。いい子にしていたか？
もちろんだぞ。俺はいつでもいい子だ。
I'd actually trust you with that.
そんなに走ったらまた転んでしまうぞ。
ああ、ただいま戻りました。無理を聞いてシノノンを預かってくれてありがとうございます。
The woman who brought Shinanon smiles bashfully at being
お
thanked.
帰りなさいませ。いえ、手のかからないいい子でしたので。よく手伝いなんかもしてくれましたし。
What a good child.
おう、
Precious creature.
さすがシノノンだ。
Earn any pocket change, you know, doing that?
おう、当然だぞ。
Good sprite. Jackwald runs his fingers through Shinanon's hair fondly, ruffling it.
旦那もおかえりだな。
お留守番ありがとな。寂しい思いをさせたか？
Maybe a little.
別に寂しくなんかなかったぞ。本当だからな。
She says, lying blatantly.
そういうことにしておくか。そうだ。シノノンに土産
Yep,
を
no,
買ってきたんだ。
when and when not to push it.
新しい友達だ。
I hand Shinanon a doll, something I found at Tusker, a mononofu with opposable limbs and joints. Never seen anything quite like it in Yamato, so I was sure it would make a good present for her.
うわ、それは。
Yeah, it's a cool action figure.
おお、かっこいいな。
Who's it of? Is it like Banawi, Kurdo?
よし、お前の名はケイドロだ。
Good bad
よ
guy.
ろしくな、ケイドロ。
なんでケドロ？
それじゃあ、私のお土産はこれ。
Kuan produces a pristine seashell, glittering in all colors of the rainbow.
すごいな。向こうの海岸で拾ったんだ。とっても綺麗だったから。どうかな。
Seashells are cool. I like them.
すごく気に
You
入
gotta
り
wash
ました。
them really good though, otherwise they just kind of stink like the ocean.
父ちゃん、これすごいぞ。キラキラだ。
Don't drop it.
おう、よかったな。
私か
What
ら
kind of shell is this? Like a
この
conch? You want to hang it up on the
優しいお
wall?
話なので、後で読んでもらうといいのです。お嬢、読んでくれるのか？お、読んで。
No, I'm sure she was just thrown off being called Ojo.
後で読んであげるですよ。父ちゃん、読んでくれるって。お嬢が読んでくれるぞ。
She's like, wow, someone who's actually, you know, younger than me, who literally has to look up at me. Crazy. Yeah, what did you bring? Here's this cool rock in my pocket.
お土産はなんだ？
あ、いや、それは。
Tales of Daring Do, which I will share with you at a later date.
まさか何も用意していないのか？
ごめんね。
はあ、キュードはダメだな。
Oof.
そんなだから滋賀にもかけられないのだ。
Kiryu slumps to the ground and groans, burying his face in his arms. Kids say the darndest things.
しかし、さすがに疲れたね。しばらくはのんびりしたいところじゃない。
そうも言ってられないでしょうけどね。この白狼閣で
Yeah.
いつまでも安全というわけにはいかないでしょう。
People know that we, operate out of here.
それでハク、これからどうするか
Not many,
聞かせて
but
くれ
there's
る？
definitely, people in the know. A good information gathering agency would have pegged you guys as, this being your home base a while ago. Everyone focuses their gaze on me.
どうするか。どう動くにせよ。情報が足りないな。兄貴のこと、王女さんのこと、オシトルのこと。
Yeah, it's like a lot of stuff. It's like where do you even start?
わからないことが多すぎる。とにかく今は一つでも多くの情報が欲しい。そのためにはノスリーたちに宮廷内の戦。
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not like you're gonna send her into the palace to go talk to the Ostor.
お話のところを失礼します。皆さんにお客様がいらっしゃいましたが、どうなさいますか？
まさか、追っ手がかかったか。
もうここバレたっけ？
I mean, you guys aren't the most inconspicuous group in the
それは
world.
何人で、どんな人相です？
いえ、女性の方でお一人です。おそらくは宮廷の女官の方と思われるのですが。
宮廷の女官が一人？なんでまた？
Oh, weird. That sounds like it would be like Honoka or something. Unless it's like Entua.
驚かせてしまい、本当に申し訳ありません。私はほのか様の使いとして来たものです。
ほのかさんの使いだと。
At that, the entire room goes stiff.
最近、ほのか様の言いつけにより、姫殿下のお世話をいたしておりました。皆さんの懸念は分かっているつもりです。ですが、ほのか様にかけられた嫌疑はすべて紛れもない濡れ衣。
Well, I want to believe you, but honestly, there's too many, things in play that I, can't take you at your word, at this moment.
どういうことだい？
帝に続き、姫殿下が暗殺されかけたことは、
Yep.
もうご存知かと思います。
ああ、噂としては聞いている。
はい、毒が混入されたお茶を召し上がり、お倒れ。
Yeah, T, you hand it to her.
それで王女さんは容体はどうなんだ？
幸いにしてお命は取り留められました。ですが、
そうか。
アンジュ様、私のせいなのです。
Yeah, it is.
姫殿下にその毒を飲ませてしまったのは。
I'm surprised they don't have you in custody.
あの時、私は姫殿下に茶を持っていくように言われました。
And who told you to do that?
茶をお出しして下がったのですが、その直後に姫殿下が倒れられたと大騒ぎになり、私は恐ろしくなり、思わず逃げ出してしまったのです。そんな時、ほのか様がかくまってください。
Understandable that you would panic and go like, oh fuck!
ほのか様はおっしゃいました。自身に帝暗殺の嫌疑がかけられていて、今は身を隠していると。そして私も宮中の陰謀に利用されたのだと。申し訳ないと頭を下げられました。
その茶を持ってくように言ったのは、
いや、
誰だ？
オシトル様です。嘘なのです。兄様がそのようなこと。
Also, it literally wasn't him, so.
あなたですか？
You did it!
兄様を陥れたのはお前ですか？
やめろ、猫で。
Just as Nekane tries to fling herself at the woman, I managed to grab hold of her.
私もそう思います。お茶を届けよと私に命じたのが誰だったのか。ですが、思い返してみると それが本当にオシュトル様だったのか。
Well, that's weird.
なのにあの時は何かに疲れたかのように信じ込んでいたのです。今ではあれはオシュトル様でないと。
Oh, well, it explains why you were so kind of like stilted and like you were reading from a script when you, gave her the tea.
このことを私が証言すればオシュトル様の無実を証明できるのではと思いましたが、今さらそのことを言ってもすでに手遅れだと。このようなことを企てた者に暗殺される可能性が
Yeah, things are already too far in motion.
それよりもハク様に助けを求めほのか様の伝言を伝えるようにと指示されました。
伝言？
姫殿下の身にさらなる危機が迫っています。
Yep, uncover the plot. Save Anju. Save the kingdom. Save the
悪
world.
しき者の思うがままに利用されてしまうでしょう。どうか姫殿下を至急助け出してください。
いや、待て。
Yeah, like, whoa, having me... I'm used to, like, cleaning out people's gutters and, finding lost pets and whatnot. And, the occasional rough and tumble bar fight, but not tackling government conspiracies.
王女さんを助けろって。なんとなく状況は理解した。無茶ぶりが過ぎるだろう。ほのかさんがどこにいるかは。
いえ、あの場所がどこなのか自分でもよくわからないうちにそこにいたと
Yeah,
言い
that
ます
sounds
か。
familiar.
ここへ来る時も気がついたらここに立っておりました。
例のあれか。だったらそういうのに詳しい連中から聞くか。お前たち何か知っているか？
不明。お母様との思念路が途切れたままです。妨害されているか。
そうか。ほのかさんとは
Womp
連
womp.
絡が取れそうにないな。
Yep, she turned off her phone. I turned back to the woman and asked another question.
なら、オシトルがどこにいるかは？
申し訳ありません。それもですが、噂では宮廷の地下牢でブライ様による尋問を受けているそうです。
Probably got him like chained to the wall, some real kinky shit.
ほのか様の居場所を白状させるためということですが。
ブライ。発注である。
兄様。
少々まずいか
The
もしれ
one
ま
as,
せん。
tactful as a blunt hammer to the side of the head. Oki whispers beside me, keeping his words out of the other's
ブ
earshot.
ライは大変気性の激しい将と聞きます。故にその家臣も荒くれ
In
者
the grand scheme of things, he's probably getting played by someone else. Ugh.
その尋問ともなれば苛烈を極めるでしょうね。
Yeah.
一行は
Man's probably doesn't even have any fingernails or toenails left.
私が行こ
Or
う
if he does, they're probably, covered on the underside with bamboo splinters.
ノスリ、こんなこともあろうかと以前宮廷の下調べをしたことがある。私の見立てでは潜入は十分に可能なはずだ。ダメだよ。
Yeah, that's gonna throw everything in a complete chaos. It's teetering on the brink right now, but it's still in the pot, But if you do that, everything's just going all over the floor.
ダメ。行かせ
Like
ない。
it'll go past the pot boiling over.
クオン、見損なったぞ。
It'd be like the pot, fucking exploding and the entire soup going all over the stove.
心配に決まってるよ。でもね、だからって友人として失敗すると分かっている無謀な真似を。無謀などではない。必ずや姫殿下を。自分でも成功すると信じていないのに。
Yeah.
その身を犠牲にしてでも。
I'd imagine everything there is, super heightened security at the moment. It's like your little scouting trips were business as usual stuff, which, is probably still tight security, but...
どんなに罵られようと友の無謀を止める。それも良い女というものだよ。
Yeah, a good woman would listen to this situation.
なあ、王儀、率直に言ってくれ。希望的観測やらは抜きにして、王女さんを助け出してくること。
難しいですね。
Yeah.
たとえ忍び込めても救い出すとなりますと、
奥義。
まず
Being
姫殿
realistic
下の居場所がわかりません。予想はつきますが、厳重な警戒の中から探す
And
のは
then
至
needing
難の
to,
業で
you
しょ
know,
う。
escape with her.
次に追っ手がかかります。
Mm-hmm.
姫殿下をさらったとなれば、それこそしらみつぶしに操作
The
され
entire
ます。
city would get torn apart.
この白老閣も例外ではありません。まず逃げ場はありません。
それに宮廷を追う結界のこともあるよ。
Oh yeah, they do have that magic barrier.
術に対する防壁というだけでなく、侵入者に対する様々な処置が施された結界。もし何の対策もせずに忍び込めたとしたら、
Mm-hmm.
それは逆に
You'd set off their motion detector. They'd be like, oh, weird, we just got a reading that someone just entered from over here.
気づ
Crazy.
いた時にはもう逃げられない。まるで雲の巣に絡みつかれたように、もがけばもがくほど。待て、そんな話は聞いたことがないぞ。確かな情報だよ。じゃなかったらこんな堅くなに止めてないかな。
へえ、詳しいのですね。ヤマトの
Yeah,
機密に
wow,
踏み込ん
crazy.
だ情報を。
Oh yeah,
よくご存
Cam, you
知
talked about it.
が
Yeah, but we can't spill those beans.
そんな感じ。
確かな風の噂ですか。
Mm-hmm.
そういう。
そうしてもらえるかな。
そういうわけだ。気持ちはわからんでもないが、ノスリの意見は却下だ。
だが
まあ待て。何も見捨てるとか言ってるんじゃない。
You know, we'll just have to find a different approach.
そうなのか。
これからどう動くにせよ、勝負は一度っきりだ。失敗したら後がないんだよ。なのにこんな分の悪すぎる勝負をさせるわけにはいかんだろう。博打が好きにも程があるっての。今みんなして何かいい方法はないか頭をひね
Yeah,
ってるところ
what
だ。
is your plan though? Because this seems like a real fucking tough one.
そうか。まったく。
It'd be kind of easier if you were operating from like, you know, the inside of the system in this case, you know, as part of like the court. You had some ins, but as it stands right now, all your ins are currently indisposed.
その前に突っ走ろうとしただろうに。
ならば
分かってる。救出にはノスリが胃の一番に駆けつけられるようにするから。
ならばいい。さすがは白だな。
I wouldn't know if reliable is the word I'd use for
し
him.
かし王女様の居場所と逃走路か。
現時点で王女さんの居場所を知っているものとなると。
おお、元気だったか？
Yeah, hey, it's you, Entua. What's up?
今は静かにしていようね。
Yeah, don't spill those beans.
わかったぞ。
Shinanon seems to have taken liking to whoever this courtly lady is.
ウルール、サラーナ、お前たちの力で誰にも見つからずにオシトルの力をまでたどり着くことは可能か？
条件付き。宮廷内からでしたら不可能ではありません。
Okay.
宮廷内からなら？
お母様との思念がつながらないため結界に阻まれ、宮廷までの道を形成できません。ですが宮廷の結界内部でしたら位相をずらし簡易的な道を作ることができます。
Interesting.
そこを通れば他のものに認
Okay,
識
so they
され
really
る
do
こと
kind
な
of
く
like shift into like a different dimension kind of thing when they go into that weird cloudy tunnel.
道、例のあれか。
Yeah.
なあなあ、道って何のことへ？
Don't worry about it.
さあ、何かの隠語か？
静かにです。いや、
すまん。
宮廷内ならか。つまり何とかして宮廷内に忍び込み、そこからオシトルを救出。
Well...
オシトルの協力で王女さんの居場所に当たりをつけ、速やかに救出。それだとさっき話していたことと大して変わらん。宮廷内に忍び込むって時点で挫折だな。いて。
Like, and they silently kicks me across the shins.
なんとかしたいのは山々だが無茶が過ぎる。
Yeah, what, you want to actually try to be constructive for once? That's why I hate kids. Or bratty teens, more like. Shinonon's fine, you know, she's a good kid. Nekane, Besides me, Kuon looks at the floor with a somber expression. She's out of ideas too.
宮廷内に入れればなんとかなりますの
Hey, Carla. Suddenly, a voice from behind me cuts through the silence. I turn to find Carla, smiling confidently, with Toka standing silently beside her.
なんでしたら宮廷内まで手引きしますわよおか
おかみさん、盗み聞きとは趣味が悪いですね。
あら、私普通に入ってきましたの。
Yeah, you know, she just walked right in.
まさか気づきませんでした。
Well, you know, she was quite absorbed in her own thoughts.
私が密告すればそこで終わりだったというの。のんきですこと。
へえ、密告しないんだ。
No.
安心なさいな。たかがお子様のお遊戯、いちいちお上に知らせる必要なんてありませんわ。違いまして。
なんだ、急に寒く。
That's a girl thing. Don't worry about it.
宮廷内まで手引きってのか。
そのままの意味ですわ。宮廷に侵入したいのではなく。
And you have one, do you?
冗談も言ってるような雰囲気じゃない。どうやって？いや、それよりも一体あなたはなぜそんな話を持ちかける？
あら、妹分であるクオンが困ってるんですもの。手を
Yeah.
差し伸べようとするのは当然でなくて。
Everyone immediately turns towards Kuon, who reddens abruptly.
クオンを姉として？嘘くさいことこの上ないっていうか。
She's probably bored from sitting around all day, and she's like, finally, some interesting shit's going on. Time to get involved. You know, the real... She's that kind of aunt, you know, who's always trying to butt into your business. Just because she's fucking bored.
つまり答える気はない。それに対する報酬は？要求は何だ？
妹分のためと言いましたでしょ。
Yeah, the goodness of her
報
heart.
酬など何もいりませんが。
またうさんくさいこと。この人の。
I mean, what she gets out of it is to watch Kuon squirm under, you know, her thumb.
これまでのことからこの人の素性はなんとなく察しがつく。おかみさんとはそれなりに親しい間柄となったが、それを考えると。
Hey man, you know what they say about gift horses in the mouth.
いいのか？あれは構いませんわ。こんなことでもないと使いませんもの。
とはいえ、他に手はないか。
I peer over Carla's shoulder at Toka, and our eyes meet. Toka smiles back awkwardly.
クオンの姉という言葉、信じさせてもらおう。みんな、いいか。ここからはかなり危ない橋を渡る。
Yep, very
これまでと
dangerous.
は比べ物にならんくらいだな。
It's all well and good, you know, antagonizing, you know, countries beyond our home borders, but, you know, when it's stuff going on to your own backyard, it's a little more, well, literally close to home, so.
これで動くなど、我ながら正気を疑う。
When the retaliatory force lives 2 blocks down, it's a little more daunting.
綿密な策などない。そんなので、オシュトルと王女さんを救い出さにゃならんとか、行き当たりばったり。
Yep.
助け出した後、どこへ逃げるかすら決まってないとか。
Some real fucking Metal Gear Solid missions, you know, everything's procure on site.
これ以上考え込んでる時間はない。
Just hope like the guns you find when you do your infiltration aren't like bio-locked like they are in that game. You can't just take out a guard and steal theirs. Only if you get caught. Small silence passes. One opens her mouth to speak.
何が言いたいのかな。
降りたいやつは降りてくれ。引き止めも攻めもしない。というか、できれば降りてくれ。こんな水強な真似をするやつは少
Yeah,
ない
you
と
know, I
思
feel
い。
bad putting you all in danger. This is their last chance to throw in the towel. But of course, nobody speaks. Everyone's mind is made up.
まあ、そうなるか。みんな揃って
Yeah, they're all a bunch of
正気の沙汰じゃないな。
weirdos.
そういうことかな。ハクも私たちも
ずっと一緒。主様のおそばが私たちの居場所ですから。やっぱお兄さんといると退屈せえへんね。
Yeah, I get to kill so many people when I'm with you. It's great.
次々起こるなんて。
Put it in over here, you know, shadow boxing with his tentacles.
当然のこと。兄上を助けなくては。
ハク様とご一緒します。
Yeah, that you can stay home if you want. Just give us Kokopo.
提出を救うためなら聞くまでもない。王妃よ、準備はできているか？
いつでも。
You know, what greater prize is there for some phantom thieves than, you know, stealing away the princess for some dastardly villains? What more noble goal is there?
ついていくじゃない。皆さん、ありがとうなのです。
それでどう
おかみさん、頼みます。
ええ、頼まれました。
Yeah, so what's this way in you got? Is it just a tunnel? You know, you got Toka down in the mines, you know, day after day, digging a tunnel with a spoon, you know, under the palace walls. Kurla leads us down the stairs to the Hokutokaku Inn's bottommost floor. Ultimately, we arrive in a completely barren room devoid of furniture.
行き止まりだな。この
Was it another puzzle lock? Carla sits a hand to the wall, manipulating another of those odd, puzzle-like mechanisms.
隠し扉？この白楼閣にこんなものが。水の音や
Yeah.
地下水路
Was
に
it the
繋が
sewer?
ってますもの。
Okay, not quite a sewer. Not quite, it's different, but Carla passes me a folded sheet of paper.
用が済んだら必ず細かく破って捨てるようにお願いしますわ。
これは
The map.
地下水路の見取り図ですよね。上の印までその赤い線の通りに進めば、そこから宮廷に侵入できますわよ。
何？まさか。
それはまた。
ってことは宮廷に侵入できる。
She gets bored sitting around all day, you know?
これまずいなんてもんじゃないぞ。このおかみさん、本当に何やってんだ。
Just coming up with all sorts of weird contingency plans.
そんなの聞いたことがないのです。
あら、急がなくてもよろしいのかしら。あまり悠長なことをしている余裕はないみたいでしたけど。
Making his shoulders slump, and the mistress of the inn smiles kindly at her.
嘘だ。ぐずぐずしている暇はなかったな。女官さん、王女さんのことは自分たちが引き受けた。あなたはほとぼりが冷めるまでここで身を潜めててくれ。
Yeah, the cops might swing on by here.
私もご一緒させてください。私には姫殿下をお助けする責任があります。どうか。
わかった。
Yeah, sure, whatever. Come along.
では皆さん、どうかお気をつけて。
今までお世話になりました。お二人もお元気で。
Yep, don't like fall down the stairs and die or something, Toka.
ココポ、外で待っててって。
Yeah, what did Kokopo just, you know, bust down the front doors and just stomp his entire way here?
どうやら派手にやらかしたようだな。
Yeah, like I thought.
ごめんなさい。ちゃんと叱っておきますから。
気にすることはない。女越しも板についてきたところだ。あとはそれがしに任されよ。
Oh, you're only now getting used to working here after fucking years of it, apparently.
ありがとうございます。ココポ、大丈夫？
姫ちゃん、このでかいのは俺が後ろから押してやるからよ。先行きだって。
Get like some olive oil and like rub it on the side. So that way you can just glide right on in.
すみません。
猫ねさん、暗いですから、どうぞ私の手を。
いえ、一人で大丈夫なのです。
Yeah, she can just make a little light.
主様、手を肌と肌で、手だけでなく全身で密着する。
It'll be kind of hard to walk like that, but
丁重にお断りします。あ、いや、こっちの両手が塞がるからな。
とっても楽しかった。ここの思い出は一生の宝物やな。クラリンも
come on, you're making it sound like we'll never come back.
ほんならそろそろ行くか。
このご恩は忘れません。またいつか必ず。
シノノンがお世話になりました。
いえ、それよりもシノノンを預からなくていいのですか？気兼ねしているのでしたら。
Well, you know, it sounds like we're gonna be skipping town or something after this, so I don't want to leave her behind forever.
そう。
She can just like ride in your backpack like fucking Yoda does in like episode 5.
シノノン、またいつ来てもいいんだぞ。お腹を出して寝てはダメだぞ。転ばないように注意するんだぞ。
おう、どうかもまたな。
ああ、またな。
姉がお世話になりました。この御礼はいつか必ず。
どうか様。
Oh, stop it,
お
you
世話になっ
guys.
ておきながら何もお返しすることができず。
Yeah, we get it, we get
お
it.
気になさらず。
She's gonna get tired of saying thank
い
you
や、
or you're welcome
そ
or
れがしらは同胞ではないか。このような地でたもとを分けた一門と出会えたこと、そして我らが志を受け継いでいた。
このご恩は忘れません。またいつか
I
必
guess she
ず。
does have like ear feathers too, though they're a lot shorter than Toka's were. So I didn't want to jump to conclusions that they're like the same, you know, clan or whatever, you know, species of beast
この先
people,
迷うこともある
bio
だろう。
freak.
だが、己の義を貫き通せば、おのずと道が開けるはずだ。
はい。
But it does explain a lot about them.
エベンクルガの名にかけて。
どうしたクオン、声をかけなくていいのか？
ちょっと出かけてくるだけなのに大げさかな。
Yeah,
クオン、何言って。
just going down the street to visit a friend.
おそらくここにはもうクオンならそのくらいわかる。
行こっか。
Ah, but all my shit's still in my room.
クオン、私たちが旅立った時のことをまだ根に持ってましたのね。こんな意地っ張りに育って誰に似たのやら。
私はお母様にだもの。当然だよ。
ハク殿、どうかその子をよろしくお願いします。
Yeah, she's weak in a fight.
はい。
すぐ
You
に
know, she doesn't take blows to the head too well, so you know, make sure that doesn't happen, huh?
ああ、腕によりをかけ、クオンが好きなものを用意して待ってよ。だから、あまり寄り道をせず、遅くならないようにするんだぞ。
結果がどうなっても、
Yeah.
この白老閣に戻れることはないだろうな。それでも短い時間だったが、ここは我が家
But then the question is, okay, once you do get Oshtor and Anju, where are you going from there? Are you guys just gonna lay low in the labs beneath the palace? Like,
だから行ってきます。
what's your game plan? Like, sure, we got a plan to like get them, but what do we do
行ってし
after?
まった。明日からはここも静かになりますわね。ところで、あの子たちについていかなくてよかったの？
Nah, she's too strong. She'd mess up the balance of the party.
最初はそのつもりだったのだがな。今のクオンにはもうそれがしの手助けは必要ないだろう。
本当に少し見ない間に随分と立派になりましたわね。
あの白殿や仲間たちのおかげなのだろうな。
そうですわね。
Mm-hmm.
不思議なあの方のような。
Yeah, weird, huh?
どうした？
いえ、懐かしい頃のことを思い出していただけですわ。懐かしくもすべてが輝いていた。
そうか。本当に月日の経つのは早いものだ。
They got those weird, quote unquote, from our time point, modern day sensibilities.
あの子がもうあんなに。
我が子の旅立ちを見送る母というのはこんな気持ちなのだろうか。
I'm sure you could get into like some weird Freudian thing about how it's like, oh yeah, people, look for partners who reflect their parents' traits or whatever. Between, Haku and Hakuolo, but considering she never really met Hakuolo, it'd be kind of a stretch.
次の角を右に。その後はしばらく直進すると大きな水路に出るかな。
わかった。ルルティエ、足元に気をつけてな。はい、
ありがとうございます。ココポ。
I think Kokopo's fine. Even if he fell in the water, I'm sure he'd float like a duck.
あれから結構歩いたが、地上だとどのあたりだろうな。こんなに何度も角を曲がってると。
Yeah.
どの方向に向かっているのかすらわからなくなってくる。
大きい水路やな。おお、川か？川なのか？
I mean, kinda. It's artificial, but water channel before us is about as wide as the main street. Multiple small waterways flow into it, like angular tributaries. Upstream is a slight slope, and there are large bars that keep anyone from going further forward.
1、2、3番目。ここだね。
One grabs the bar and begins to rotate it. After a little while, the bar comes loose from the floor, unscrewed. With the bar loose, there's a gap just wide enough for a person to get through.
ここを登れば宮廷内に出られるみたい。
So you guys will be able to get through, but can Kokopo like kind of do like those owls do and like kind of just stretch himself out so he's like thin as a twig? Be kind of gross to see, but you rip up the map into meaningless shreds, then throw them into the water channel.
どうだ？
大丈夫だ。誰もいない。
So did you guys like pop out of a well or
よし。とりあえずは侵入成功か。
like an inlet pipe for their nice pond?
ここどこやへ？どうやら本殿の裏庭のようなのです。お願いココポ、静かにしててね。
Yeah, you guys can be like inconspicuous and hide behind rocks and trees and bushes and stuff, but Kokopo kind of stands out a little.
ハク、そんなに余裕はないかな。いつ見回りが来てもおかしくないと思う。
ウルル、サラナ。言われた通りここまで来たぞ。
Yeah, bore us a tunnel through a different dimension.
御心のままに雨の御影、日の御影とこもりまして断りよ。我らが主の前にひれ伏し、道となせ。
There we go. Nice and freaky with it.
霧？おお、すごいな。もやもやだ。
After Sarana and Urana close their eyes and chant, a white mist begins to form around us.
これで見えない。理想をずらしました。この道を行けば、私たちが他から認識されることはありません。
Nice.
こっち、どうぞ。私たちに
What happens if we step off the path? Do we, like, just get stuck in a different dimension forever? Or is it just you just pop out?
なあなあ、ルルヤ。つまり、どういうことな？
Don't think too hard about it. It's magic mist that shrouds you from people's view. Just think of it as that.
これで誰にも見つからずに
オシトル様のところへ行くことができるということでしょうか。ああ、さすがはルルヤンやな。でも、こんな簡単に
It's
そんな
not,
ことできるわ
but
け？
explaining it all would make your head, twist into a pretzel.
それは
本当にこれで大丈夫なんでしょうか。
心配いらないな。あの二人が言うなら大丈夫なのだろう。
わかるんですか？
ああ、そんな気がするからな。
I don't trust your hunches.
ハクはこのことを知ってたのかな。
このこと、ああ、この道って言ってるやつのことか。
Kind of. Didn't really ask them too much about
知
it.
ってるというか、何度か経験したくらいだけどな。それがどうかしたのか？
なんでもないかな。
Yep.
知らない方がいいかも。
いや、それはどういう。
誰か来ます。
That's fine. They can't see us anyway. We can see multiple shadows heading our way.
心配いらない。何をしても見つかることはありません。何をしてもいいのか？おーい！
Shinanon suddenly walks away from Kiryu and heads for the shadows while waving her hands cheerily.
シノノ！
あれ？
But the patrol doesn't even seem to notice her. Actually, the soldiers' bodies just phase through hers as they walk past obliviously.
わあ、すごいぞ！見てみろ、キュール。
Shinanon, fascinated, keeps pace with them as she waggles her hand in and out of the soldiers' shins.
驚かせないでください。これはまたすごいですね。簡単に値します。
Yeah.
まさかここまでとは。たまげたじゃない。
警告。決して私たちから離れないでください。
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you will just get, trapped in a different dimension.
シノノ、こっちに離れちゃダメですってば。
Yeah, don't go like running after a frog or something you see in the grass.
やれやれ、キュールは甘えん坊だな。だが、許します。
Yeah, you worry so much.
男を甘
God.
えさせるのは
What a pansy.
女の解消？
I was right there doing kinky shit.
すでに証拠はいくつも上がっているのですぞ。今さらそのような沈黙に意味などありませぬ。
使える賞は違えど、我々はあなたを尊敬していた。その思いを。
Yeah, this hurts me as much as it does you.
仕方ありま
Just
せん。
think about how sore my arms are going to be after I'm done whipping
あなたがあくま
you.
で沈黙を貫くのであれば、我々もこの無知を緩めることはできませぬ。
消息を絶っているほのか殿の居場所も必ずや話してもらいますぞ。
It's like, I don't even know where she is either.
お覚悟。
The first thing we hear upon entering the prison is the sound of a whip hitting flesh. A rasping wheeze of pain soon follows, the scent of blood hanging heavy in the air. We've arrived in the middle of Oshtor's interrogation. Once we exit the path, Negane shouts out and starts towards Oshtor. I quickly grab hold of her before she can blow our cover.
バカかお前は。今騒いだら見つかるだろうが。
後ろから誰か来た。
I lift Nekane and quickly hide behind a pillar.
Go on のブライ。
メギツネの居場所は吐いたか？いえ、未だ。申し訳ありません。どれだけ痛めつけても、まるで口を開こうとはせず。
まったく、さすがはオシュトル殿と申しますか。
Yep, Like trying to squeeze blood from a stone. The two soldiers immediately fall silent, shuddering as Varai glares at them, eyes blazing. Yeah, I didn't mean to praise him, even if it was backhanded. Varai coldly stares down at the bound Ostor, chained and bowed.
これが我が認めし男の末路とはな。
Oh yeah, getting beat like that'll do that.
ブライよ。
どうした？命乞いか？
姫殿下はご無事か？ご容体はいかがか？
まだそのようなことをほざくか。
そうか。
Oh, sorry, Varai, I didn't mean to cut you off. But you talk too slow.
いつまでそのような無様な姿を晒す？何故あくるかの力を使わず領袖の身となった。ウヌの力をもってすれば
What, inside the palace? You know.
逃げ出せたはず。
無論。
Because they didn't do it. I got nothing to run from.
それがしに逃げ隠れする理由などないからだ。
いつまで中心面をする気か。無抵抗を貫き死して身の潔白を明かそうというのか。
言うまでもない。それがしは神明をとして提出に姫殿下にお仕えする所存。
Yeah, it's gonna be real awkward once this all comes to light. And you're like, oh, I guess I was wrong. Sorry. If this guy's even gonna live that long.
たとえウヌが潔白であろうと、あのような小娘、ウヌが命を捧げる価値など、みじんもないわ。
ブライよ、狂ったか。そのような発言、不敬の極み。
He probably views it as treachery to the throne. No, I'm protecting the throne by keeping such a weak leader off. Some real loyalty to the office, not the position kind of thing.
ようやく我も悟ったのだ。そう。ヤマトは真に力ある者によって統治されねばならぬとな。
それが自分だとでも言いたいのか。
Yep。
ブライ。
いいな。すべては天が決めること。だが少なくともあのような弱き小娘では帝になれぬ。おしとるよ。強者こそが絶対の正義と知れ。正常なき今こそ強く揺るぎなき大和を天下に示さねばならぬ。
ブライよ、どうしてだ。
Because he's fucking stupid. Look at him.
の男が正常の死がそれほどまでそなたを歪め狂わせてしまったか。
I mean, partially that, but probably, you know, he's an unwilling, you know, agent of someone else's machinations.
強人となじられようが構わぬ。ウヌと話したことで腹は決まった。我はただ前へ進むのみ。
何をする気だ。
ウヌはこのまま牢獄の中で一人朽ち果てるがいい。あくる二度と日の光のもとに出られると思うな。
待て、ブライ。まさか。
Yeah, like what is your plan if you're, you know, like I'm not taking the throne for myself, but I'm not giving it to her either, then what are you doing? The moment Varai's footsteps pass, a collective exhale escapes the entire group. Oh god, my throat. Oh, that was weird. Wasn't even like a frog in my throat, just like it got dry and like all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can't speak anymore. Weird.
参ったね。本当に人か？
Yep.
こうして遠目に見ていただけで肌が泡立つとはな。
Yeah, it really activates the lizard part of your brain that's like, fight or flight, escape.
そんな羽交い締めとかしなくても大丈夫や。グオンはん。もう
あんなのと正面からやり合うようなことは絶対に避けたいものだ。
I mean, that's an idea, though. Just drop, like, Atsui out of the 5th dimension, you know, right above him with her spear out, and just, you know, just get it, like, right between his, like, neck and collarbone and, like, wiggle it around and get all the goody bits on his inside.
いつまで掴んでいるですか？
そういえば、猫ねを押さえつけたままだった。
So hold her back like her shoulders. You just, like, have her in a bear hug, just, like, picking her up like a dog or something.
すまんな。あんまりデコボコがないから、柱か何かだと勘違いしていた。
Yeah, hard as a rock, you know, no soft curves to it whatsoever.
そんな大きな声を出しては。兄様、猫ねさん。
Oh dear. Neganade jumps out from behind the pillar and dashes towards Ostor.
まずい。
なんだ今のすっとんきょうな声は。
お、貴様ら、どこから現れた？
Well, shit, time to club him to death.
ああ、見つかってもうた。
頭抱えてる場合じゃねえ
Yep,
ぞだね。
cover's blown.
お嬢が危ね
え。やるぞ。
Yep, time to crack some skulls. Oh, JRPG, you know, battle intro. Defeat all enemies. Nice and easy. Where's the map? Ooh, nice multiple layered level. They even put Ostor down there in his little cage. Some up here too, but only the 2. Why mage? Why indeed? I would say, what does the Y stand for? Then I'm like, oh yeah, Yamato. Recover health. Okay, what does that do? Single, cross, magic resist. You also have Shikigamis. Cool. Archers, I don't really care about. I get the fighter. Revenge. Alright, a pierce and a longer pierce. Single. Single, pierce. Pierce. Big pierce. Alright, so don't stack up and deal with the archers if we can. Swordsman. Ooh, these guys are kind of strong. 29, 30. Elite Spearman. Pierce. What's that? Attack up. Ooh, buff yourself. And then a big bop. What kind of abilities you got? Ooh, you got a lot on you. Revenge. Movement up. Zeal boost. Damage up. Fuck. And 6 movement? Yikes. Yeah, these guys are no joke. And then just mage. Whatever. Okay. All honesty, not great. Okay, I can, like, switch out my items on you guys. Akuolo, you're fine. Who else needs some stuff, though? Nosary? No, I didn't want to do that. What can I give you? Guard. Defense up would be nice, but I want to give that to one of my frontline guys. Lightning speed. Interesting. Magic damage, jump, movement. Don't really need to give movement to you. Swiftness, attack. might just give you an attack up, in all honesty. Ooh, or less likely to be targeted. I like that. Oh, that's an increase. Oh, let's give you that decrease, yeah? Bogey. Fuck. Yeah. Trying to... Okay, Kiryu. I don't want you, but Jacques Wald, you need stuff. You need things. Like guarding. Because your whole thing is like guards and dodges. Yeah, something like that. I really need to go through everyone and like re-equip them, but so be it. Go on. Obviously, we want for some nice heals. Again, those are the... something like that, yeah. Let's try that. See how that goes. Kind of stacked all my wind guys on this side. You all got like disadvantage. All right, number 3. Who's that? You? Okay, we're safe from you for the time being. Just look at my move order here. 1, 2, 4. Can you hit him from here? No. Ooh, yeah, these guys got a lot of health. Makes sense for it, though. Right, which one do these do? Health, 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 increased defense. I can't move for that one, so... If I wait, you'll get your turn again. Which, I don't know if that'll count as, you know, not moving, but... But do we only get one of these? Or... Yeah, that one's on self. We'll just go for the attack again. Because these guys scare me. Less this guy in particular, but all of them in total are not good. Might as well, you know, smoke him if you got him. A health up is good for her, though. Alright, move this little freak over here. Kind of want to buff up Atui if I can. Does yours do anything? Increase health, increase zeal, increase health, recovery. No. In which case, we'll just put you over here for now. Have you wait. So what does yours do? I know ours just provides, like, buffs for being around it, but... But, like, does it have attacks? Oh, self-destruct. Let's kill that. Spread weakness. And zone of control. Man, yours is so much fucking better. That's unfair. Oh, you're one shy. Fuck, I thought you'd be in range. Can you even hit that one? No. That's unfortunate. That's real unfortunate. Alright. I guess just stand here then. I don't get the seal for it. I'll just wait then.
やっとうちの出番や。楽しなってきたな。
Oh yeah, he's toast. Which one's the one that costs zeal though? I don't want to use that one. It's the 4th? Yeah. We'll just do the first 3.
生きとるて？行くで。
I could run up. You be able to... I don't think you'd be able to get close enough, actually. Though I'm worried about this guy, because he'd be able to get his turn, run up and bop. And Atui has disadvantage on him, so... I kind of want to keep her away. If I can. Well, now that guy's gone, I'll run her back, and she can... She's disadvantage on these guys, too. Fuck, you're useless, Atui. Fuck it, yeah, move back. We can get you in position again if we need it. Yeah, that's fine. I was gonna be like, oh, I can use the buff thing again, but it would just replace it on the exact same tile it was. And it's like, there's no point in that. I guess we'll send Jacqueline up here to deal with these guys. He can take like one explosion to the face, right? Well, the self-destruct is a move. If I just kill it in one turn, it's fine. Yeah. Are any of your zeal cost? No, they're all gain. Okay. I mean, one was pierced, so we got some good damage on her, too. I don't think Kokopo can get far up enough, though. Got advantage on the archer, though. I feel like that. Let's try to get Kokopo up into position. You guys are kind of far out. Yeah, you're all attacks. I can just leave Jacqueline to deal with that by himself. There's nowhere really for you to get in position. That's unfortunate. Well, you can aim down there. That'd be useful if there were actually enemies down there. You know, just pop them from the top, but... Fuck, I'm scared of that guy so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the very least, he'll be there. And his reach is how far on his attacks? 2, 2, 2. But he can attack 3 out in front of that one. Yikes. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Should be safe here. Worst comes to worst, Haku Olo can revive anyway. Or he can just stand in place and do nothing. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. Alright, Nozer, actually get your attack off this time. No! You're so useless. I hate you. It's totally not my fault for placing that little freak there and blocking her movement, but I really should have gave you one of the movement up ones, huh? Sure, heal yourself. It's useless anyway. I can still one-shot you.
楽になったか？油断はしないのです。
Yeah, just smoke him. Farm that zeal.
はいよ。もう一つ追加なのです。
AI is it's a little too reserved for my, you know, tastes, personally. I feel they could be a little more aggressive and it'd still be fine. Let's move you back, though. Free up some frontline spots now that we're about to get into, like, melee range. Yep, sorry, bud. I've just outplayed you. That's all there is to it. Yeah, that one pierces, that one goes... Okay. That one's, you know, out in front, that one's to the side. Good to know. Good. If I move you up again, am I able to take back that turn? No. He just went anyway. Oof, yikes. Well, that wasn't how I wanted it to go. Okay. Pop a little heal for the girl, yeah? I guess she can hit the Shikigami. For what it's worth. Can you hit him from here? Oh, that was Haku's move. Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, fuck. That's a strong guy. I missed the second one, though. Kuon, SOS if you're able to reach her. Same for you, girl. Help her out if you can reach, yeah. Fuck, but I can't use it after moving. And you're too... You can't reach her no matter what I do. Can ya? Yeah, she's just out of reach. Can you fry him? No. In that case, just move here, I guess. Plop down that, That's not the heal sphere. Oh, but if I wait, I should be able to do it. No? Okay. I kind of fucked myself in the stairwell. Looking in hindsight, I can see that. I think we pull back up, is what we do. Have them come to us. Yeah, now we got him right where we want him. All right, Jack. We'll deal with these guys, so that way we can actually get you where we need your services. Maybe I'll even get one of these timings right. I could have gotten a second move if I had done that better. Yeah, I think this was for the best, actually. Bait them to come to us up the stairs. Ooh, Nekane is gonna have a rough time with that. Yeah. Ah, and his zone of control. That's not good. Yep. Give yourself that positive self-talk. Well, you can do damage to him. How far out can you do it from? Okay, only from there. Some's better than nothing. Yeah, make him burn his defense. Don't like that I've positioned you so far up, though. He was right about to use that anyway to buff his zeal, so... Oh, fuck for that. Actually, this is good. This is good. Even if he takes Haku out, Haku's gonna revive anyway, so he'll have wasted all his zeal. This was the perfect play, actually. Yep. And he stepped back, so now we're out of zone of control. So Haku can make a run for it. Oh, but he could hit him here? What is your attack? I mean, I guess, might as well. I'll give him a little parting gift before you hit the road. Oh, but you have to be on even ground to use that one? Strange. In that case, smell you later, nerd. Give Kokobo his little heal up. Yep, patched up, ready to go. Stay where you are. We're still running back. You can stay here, though, to block off the stairs. One day you'll get into the fight, bud. Alright, but we gotta take the spearman out before this healer can get in position. Okay. 5. When does that guy go? He goes after Haku Nozori. I think we can take him out. That guy, no problem. If you move here, can you kill him? Can. Is that with physical defense? Shouldn't matter. I think we got him. Nice, nice. Oh, and she'll get to go again. Oh, my plans are so good. I'm a tactical genius. Just ignore that Nekane is currently bleeding out on the floor. Perfect. think we're actually good to go on the offensive here. Or something close to an offensive.
さてどうする？
御心のままに
守ります。最善を尽くします。
このままじゃ。
Ah, that's fine.
行け。
隙だらけや。勝利のために私の出番かな。
I guess kill this little freak thing for me. Actually, you can bust zone of control. So, can you take out that archer? I can't kill him, but you can kill him. So do that. Oh, you'd escape death on you, fucking bitch. But that was all part of my plan. All according to Keikaku. And run it back. That makes sense. Fire attacks would be weak against like a paper Shikigami thing.
いい的だな。
逃がさないぜ。
打って出るか。
Oof, toasty.
くらえ。
まだまだこれからだ。
Or moist, I guess.
まだ抵抗す
Soggy.
るか。
That doesn't quite have the same ring to it. Yeah, kick her teeth and get a little revenge, yeah?
何？何？
Ooh, and you got the poison off.
やったか。
覚悟観念してください。
Sorry, you two. I wasn't able to really utilize you in this battle. Oh. Nice. I think that went really well. You know, a little slip shot in the middle there with the whole stair, you know, thing. I was about to say, like, bungle, but it wasn't quite a bungle. And it wasn't quite, I can't think of the word right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. Like, the outline of the word is in my head, but I can't form the actual words of it. Anyway, the stair event there. But I think we did use it to our advantage, you know, we kind of, you know, ran forward, ran back, ran forward again, really kind of had them at our pace. Nekane asks, her voice quavering, because she's wincing from the pain after she scraped herself off the floor in her broken ribs. He's fine. A little worse for wear, but... After entering the cell, Kuon silently examines Ostra for a moment and sighs softly. It's probably just passed out.
大丈夫。気を失っているだけ。よかった。
Ostra stirs, managing only a raspy murmur. Nekane pulls Ostra into a tight embrace without even bothering to wipe her tears. Or snot. Of course! What are friends for? If not for, you know, helping you escape the authorities.
ああ、来てやったぞ。立てるか？こうしては俺の
We unbind him from the chains and lend him a hand as he slowly rises. Below his ragged clothes, we can see reddened stripped strips and wounds from the lashes covering his body. Hey, we got like 3 people that can heal on this team. You mind patching them up? Nekane hastens to Ostor's side and attempts to support his weight. Ostor looks down at her, his eyes softening, and gently holds her close. At that, Nekane finally relaxes, terrified tension draining from her expression and body. Drugs. One takes a pouch of medicine and hands it to Ostor.
No.
A little morphine will get you going. Just, we'll give you prune juice later if you get constipated from it. Because apparently that's a side effect of opioid use, is it fucking binds up your bowels. Fucking puts a brick in your gut. Now, my only experience with, like, opioids was I got, like, Oxycontin once from when I got my wisdom teeth removed, but I immediately, like, flushed that shit down the toilet after, like, 2 days. Because I realized, like, oh, man, like, yeah, this shit's great. Like, fuck, it's been 6 hours yet? I'd really love another one. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of bad, ain't it? Like, I know I have a family history of, like, being susceptible to addiction, so it's like, these are bad for being around me. I should get rid of these. And, like, immediately got, like, flushed them, like I said. And I was, like, 16 when that happened. It's like, pat on the back for old child me for being able to, you know, I don't want to say, you know, accurately foretelling the future or anything, but, you know, having the foresight and, you know, clarity, even when I was drugged up, to be like, this probably isn't a good thing to be feeling about, you know, hard addiction drugs like that. It's like, oh, like, no, thank you. I do not want the cravings for this. Which is good that I did, because turns out my hometown became, like, one of, like, the epicenters of, like, the opioid like epidemic in New England. So, oops. Good centralized position. It's like the spoke on a wheel. All the drugs flow through there on their way out to all the hick towns and, like, lobster shacks on the Maine coast.
本殿の最上階にある。間違いなくそこにおられるであろう。
At my nod, Ostor puts all of his weight on his own legs and tries to walk forward. Yeah, they probably beat your legs with hammers.
ここは私たちに任せておけ。
そうですよ。兄上はどうか先に避難を。
Yeah, maybe Lugate, get off the fucking bird and let Ostor ride on him. Considering you can barely walk, you selfish bitch. Yeah, things have gotten out of hand here. Oh yeah, that's right, you're here too.
どうかおつかまりください。
そなたは
申し遅れました。私は姫殿下のお世話をさせていただいていた。
Yeah, if you want to get technical about it, I'm the one who poisoned her.
お前がこの地下牢に囚われていることを知らせてくれたのはこの人だよ。
申し訳ありません、おしどり様。私のせいで。
悪いがその話は後だ。今は少しでも時間が惜しい。
Yeah, you can reminisce later about, you know, the horrific, traumatizing events of that night. You know, the thing. Get all timey-wimey with it. I mean, you could, like, throw him over the railing. It seems like it's a fucking bottomless pit.
それでいいのだ、猫め。 もはや時間がない。
私が兄様を支えるです。
猫ね。
支えるのです。
Maybe, you know, lend him your casting staff to use as a walking stick.
皆さんのように戦えませんから、このくらいのことはさせてください。
オシトル、好きにさせてやれ。問答している時間すら惜しい。
そうだな。二人ともありがとう。
Like I said, what are friends for?
はいです。いえ。
オシトル、いけるな。
Again, you know, could just plop him on Kokopo there, but
気にするな。
you know, I won't look too deep into it. Woo! Nice, leveled up his banjo again. Ooh, got final strike this time. And you need to be an overzeal to use it. Now this is a secret technique. Gotta know when to use it though. Is it the same as old Haku Olos? Ooh, you got final strike too. You got 2 final strikes? Damn, that's crazy. Though it's the same. Okay, it's the same final strike. It's just you can use it off both moves. All right, a bunch of them got their final strikes. Nice. Ooh, you got yours too. Excellent. That's a good one too. Nice. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we are going to end it here for today. Once again, I would like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. When we all get back, we will continue through the 5th dimensional tunnel to meet up with Anju as Oshtor is like leaving a trail of blood on the separate dimensional floor. I hope the residents of that dimension don't get angry at him, but we'll have to deal with that all next time. I've already kind of done my outro. I did a little early because I was thinking, you know, it would load quicker, but it didn't. And now here we are, with me stuck trying to find a good way to wrap this up. But I don't have one, so I'm just going to stop recording now. All right, everyone. Bye.